I accidentally watched the first episode of The Patient, and I have to say, it's pretty good. So I will share my thoughts, and I guess there'll be spoilers for what happens in this first episode. And then at the end, I will answer the question of, will I continue watching it? So this was released in 2022. It's directed by Chris Long, and we have a cast including Steve Carell and Domhnall Gleeson. And the reason I accidentally watched it is because it has a listing on Letterboxd for some reason that I haven't quite worked out. Some TV shows have listings on Letterboxd. And I was looking at Steve Carell's films, and this had a listing, and I started watching it on, I think, Disney Plus. And then it finished after about 20 minutes, and I thought, well, that was short. And then I realised that it was a TV series. So the moral of the story is I need to pay more attention with what's on Letterboxd. But I have to say, it was quite interesting. Steve Carell plays Dr. Strauss, Dr. Alan Strauss, a therapist, and he is working with a patient, Sam. And at the very, very start of the episode, Strauss wakes up chained in a room, and I have to say, it's one of the most realistic reactions I've ever seen. For some reason, I've seen a lot of films where people wake up in a strange location, they don't know where they are, they're maybe chained to something or they're trapped. Carell's performance there was brilliant. And then, after a couple of minutes of that, we then flash back. And I'd say about half of the episode is a flashback to Alan Strauss talking with his patient, and then the second half of the film is back to him being captive, and the second half of the episode rather. And I thought that worked really well to set things up, and it helped us to understand initially the shock factor of Strauss obviously waking up in this room and being chained. Very powerful beginning, and then we get to find out a little bit about their working relationship, and then of course we go back to the shocking aspect. And I thought that the balance there was really, really effective. We obviously learn a little bit about the characters, their relationship, but we don't know too much about them at this stage, which is not unusual for a first episode. And it's really effective. It's very well done. Of course, the big question is, do I want to continue watching it? And the short answer there is not right now, because I have quite a lot of TV shows that I'm watching at the moment. But that being said, I might put it on the back burner and come around to it at some point. And if I do, I'll rewatch this first episode, because it's great. I'd rather it was a feature film, because then I could watch it in one sitting and be done with it. But that being said, if I do watch it, I might change that opinion, because it might be really compelling. I'm not addicted yet. There are occasionally TV shows where I'll watch the first episode and that's it, all plans are cancelled, I need to watch the rest of it. That's not the case here, but I did find it to be really interesting. I thought the narrative was really well presented here. We learn enough to get the basic concept, but not so much that we have too much information too soon. The performances are very good so far. The characters seem really well written, and the technical aspects, the camera work, the lighting, everything else is absolutely fine. It is only, I believe, a 10-part series, so it's not a huge undertaking, and I'm going to assume, let me double check this before I give incorrect information, I'm going to assume that they're all 20-ish. The next episode's 23 minutes, so I'm assuming I could watch the whole thing. Well, to be fair, 10 episodes, 200-ish minutes. It would be a long feature film, but it's not tremendously long. So yeah, I might watch it at some point. Had I not had too many other TV shows on the go at the moment, yeah, I'd carry on watching it. But I enjoyed it. It was an accidental viewing for me, but I thought The Patient was off to a really good start. And if I do carry on watching it at any point, I will, of course, review the rest of the episodes. But for now, I'm pleased to say that I rather enjoyed the accidental viewing of the first episode, which is called Intake. I don't think I mentioned that. I think the performances were brilliant, and as a Steve Carell fan, I might be looking out for this in the near future. And based purely on this first episode, I'm happy to recommend it. If you want to check it out as well, I'd love to know what you think of it, and maybe one day I'll finish off the series.